All right, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys everything that you need to upload your Explore task to the College Board's website. So I'm going to go through the steps that you're going to take, and then obviously if you have any questions, just shoot me an email or ask on Teams. So the first thing that you're going to want to make sure that you do is obviously open your Explore task written response and your computational artifact. So I'm going to pretend that this is my written response and this is my computational artifact just so that I can show you guys how you're going to save those. But you're going to obviously want to do your own. Now, when you do your written responses, it's very, very important that you put them in the template. So the template is provided to you on the assignment for this submission, but just for ease of access, I'm going to show you guys, so that's the rubric, and then the template is Explore template. So these are the two documents that are with this assignment, okay? And both of these are going to be used for what you're going to be doing for this, and obviously I'm giving you a lot of extra time, so you have until May 26th, but I would hope that you do it early just so that you don't have to worry about putting it off. So the template here, this is what's provided by the College Board. This is what they're hoping that you'll upload all of your stuff with. So you should have responses for 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, and 2E as your references. So what you're going to want to do is open that document that you wrote your written responses in and copy and paste those into here. So if I pretend that this is my part of my written responses, I'll copy these and then I can just click right into this box here and paste them, just like that. Now, if you don't know how to check your word count, all you have to do, sorry, got caught up with something. Anyway, so you're going to copy and paste. Now, if you don't know how to check your word count, if you highlight the words here, it's actually going to tell you right down here in the bottom your word count of your total. So I have a total of 77 words in this document, and 39 of them are being highlighted. Whereas if I highlight these ones, maybe it won't even let me. Anyways, if you highlight just some, it's going to tell you, yeah, the formatting on this page is kind of iffy, so just be careful with how you copy and paste stuff in here. Don't worry too much about if it doesn't look right. As long as the responses are there, you're going to be good. If your responses take up more than the whole page, they're probably too long. I would also recommend that when you paste it in here, that you choose this little icon here where it keeps the text only so it doesn't take the formatting with it, and that'll make sure that it doesn't change the font size or anything like that, because there's no point in that. So anyways, once you're done, you have your stuff in the boxes. In all of them, you've put in all your responses like that. Then you need to save it as a PDF. And it's actually really easy to do in Microsoft Word. You can also do this, I believe, in Google Docs and Pages. All you do is go to File, Save As, and then pick a place where you want to put it. My highest recommendation is always to use the desktop because then it's an easy file to find. You're going to name it something, Explore Written Responses. Don't put your name in the file name. Don't put your name in the document. Your name is not allowed to be included in any of these because it's supposed to stay confidential. You guys got to remember, I'm going to be grading some of these this summer for College Board, so they don't want someone like me to be able to come across one and say, oh, hey, I know who that is. So anyways, once you have named it, you're going to select Save As Type, and you're going to change that to PDF. So that way it saves it as a PDF. Everything else should be good. You click Save, and now it is saved on my desktop as a PDF. it'll usually open it too. And if you open it, I highly recommend that you do that. That way you get an opportunity to actually see it and make sure that it looks right as a PDF and that there were no formatting errors as it went across. So then I'm going to close that tab. The other artifact, or the other part of this that you're turning in, is your computational artifact. So we're going to pretend that this is my computational artifact because I know a lot of you guys did this in PowerPoint or on slides because it was the easiest way just to have an image as your infographic. What you're going to do this and save this as a PDF is actually just as easy. Click File, Save, or save a copy depending on what it is. Again, I would recommend that you select to save it on your desktop. Name it what you want it to be. So Explore Computational Artifact. And then save as file type, you're going to select PDF as well. Hey look, PDF. And then you're going to click Save. And look at that. It saved my PowerPoint as a PDF. And now both of my files are on my desktop. I can open each of them so that I can look and make sure that the formatting is good, make sure that it actually put my images in and there's no problems with the images. Now I know that those are good. Now, I would highly, highly recommend, and I actually don't just think recommend is the word, you really, really should, before you even save as a PDF, grade your responses. So go through the scoring rubric. I know it's been a while since we've looked at these tasks, but just hopefully you remember when we looked at them, and if you don't, you will hopefully, it'll jog your memory when you're reading through the rubric. But go through each row, read your responses, and see, would you in fact earn that point? So remember, the way that these work is it tells you the row, so then it shows you what part of the response you're looking at. It shows you the scoring criteria, what we're looking for. It identifies at least one effect of the identified or described computing innovation. It gives you some decision rules, so it tells you like, hey, here's two things that will help us find out if you're going to get the score or not. And then there's that do not award the point if any of this is true. So really get a chance to look at each of these rows and grade yourself. And if you're not giving yourself a perfect 8 out of 8, and if there's any borders, like, I don't know if I quite got there, change your responses, revise, update it, edit it. Do what you've got to do to make sure that you believe you will get an 8 out of 8. Once you've scored your own and saved them as PDFs, the next thing that you're going to need to do is go to the website for College Board submission. That website is digitalportfolio.collegeboard.org. When you go to that website, the first thing it's going to do is ask you to sign in. So I will sign in with mine. Now mine's not going to look exactly the same as yours, unfortunately, but it's going to look very similar. And what you're going to see on the side over here on the left are there should be just the create and the explore. The create is the task that we're going to be doing next, but the explore is this one that we're submitting. So you're going to click on the explore task. You can look at the overview of the explore task, which will basically give you the idea of what this task is supposed to do, the two parts that you're responding to. If you want to look through the assessment overview again, because we did this already, as we've already should have finished this task, but I know some of you maybe didn't. You can go in here if you're really looking to, completely revise some stuff. All the information in here will help you. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is the written response or the computational artifact. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. I think in the assignment, I said written response first just because that's probably the bigger assignment. This is going to tell you all of the information. It's going to say submit one PDF. Submit, clearly label your responses. You can only upload one document in this little sidebar. And then, of course, there's more information about the task directions and scoring guidelines and all that. Before you set it as final, make sure that you've removed your name. We have not collaborated on this. No one in our group, we didn't work with other people on this. This was 100% individual. And then do not publicly post any portions of your performance task. Don't post these performance tasks on Teams. Don't put them on the internet, because if you do, they're going to mark you as plagiarized and you're going to get a 0, and then they're going to send a response, or they're going to send a letter to all of the colleges that you've listed on your College Board account and tell them, hey, just so you know, this kid cheated. So don't do that. And they can look back, if in a couple months they see that you've posted it even after you got your grade, they're going to be able to come after you and say, hey, you're not allowed to do that. That's against the rules. It's academic integrity. We have to inform the colleges that you've asked us to inform. You want to make sure to use the written response template. Now, that template that I showed you guys and that I have you download is this exact same template, so you already have it. And then below that is going to be where you upload. Now, I am not going to go any farther because what I will see under here is everyone's name, and I don't want to publicly post all of your names because that would violate the law. But what you should be able to see is an icon that says upload file and an icon that says submit. Once you've uploaded your file, you'll have the opportunity to look at it and make sure it looks good. Once you've done that, you'll submit, mark as final. Once you've marked it as final, you cannot go back in and change it. So make sure that you know that the final draft that you put in there and mark as final is done. Once you've done that, marked as final, you'll go to the Computational Artifact and you'll go through the same procedure. You're going to make sure that your name's not there, make sure that all that stuff, right? These are the accessible multimedia files. Most of us did PDF or did a picture, so it's in PDF. I know you're allowed to do a video and audio, and I told you guys that, but I don't think anyone really went with that. Hopefully, your PDF is no more than 3 pages. I think most of you guys went with a 1-page simple design. But then again, you'll go down below, resources from your teacher, you'll go below that, you'll have an opportunity to upload the document and then mark as final again. Once you've done that, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to go back into Teams and you're going to go to that assignment. This is the assignment. You can see that I still haven't actually posted it because I'm still making this video. But you'll go into this assignment and you're just going to mark turn in. Once you've marked in Teams on the assignment, turn in, once you've said, hey, I'm done, you're turning it in, I will go on to the Digital Portfolio website. I will check both of your submissions and make sure that there are no issues and make sure that there's no file formatting problems or, make sure it's readable. If it's not, I can kick it back to you for that reason. I have to say why it's being kicked back to you, but I can say, hey, your PDF of your computational artifact had half of it marked out. We need to fix this. If you're good, I'm going to give you feedback on this assignment, and you should get a notification that says your assignment has been returned to you. And so what that means is I will put on there, I think what I've put down here is all good. So I'll write all good or something of that sort. If I don't write all good, I will tell you exactly what you need to fix and how you can fix it, but I'm hoping that everyone will be good. If there are any questions about this, please email me, shoot me a message on Teams. You can text me on Remind, whatever you've got to do to get a hold of me so that I can give you any help that you need. This is not technically due, like on here, until Tuesday. But I will go through, over the weekend too, as you guys are doing this and submitting, I'll make sure to check your submission and make sure that everything looks good. So hopefully everything goes fine. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is our digital learning for Friday and for Tuesday. So you have both of these days to get this done. I don't think it'll take you that much time. Most of you are already finished, and it'll take you probably 5 minutes to upload and probably 20 minutes to grade your response. So hopefully you spend the time that you should actually grading your responses. You cannot have someone else grade your responses for you. That is collaborating. So for instance, if you, have a sibling in the same class, you can't have them grade your responses for you. That is against the rules. That would be considered cheating. So don't do that. Again, if you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. On Thursday, we will start working towards our create task.